Have you ever stopped to ask yourself why the relentless modern hustle of daily life leaves us feeling so utterly exhausted? I mean, think about it. We're constantly chasing goals, running toward one finish line after another. But the crazy thing is, the moment we finally cross that line, the joy just instantly fades. We're left burnt out, totally drained, and immediately looking around for the next race to run. Well, today we are going to dive deep into this explainer to find a genuine way out of that exhausting cycle.
So why does chasing success feel so heavy? The real pain point we all feel is this crushing anxiety tied to the finish line. Society has basically conditioned us to falsely measure our entire worth solely by the final outcome. Imagine a runner who pours their absolute heart and soul into training every single day. By our culture's twisted standards, if they don't place first, if they come in 6th or 7th, we act like they accomplished absolutely nothing. And honestly, that harsh judgment is exactly why chasing success feels so incredibly exhausting. And this perfectly illustrates the root of the entire problem. This is a brilliant quote directly from Thomas M. Sterner, the author we're spotlighting today. He points out that we are taught from a very young age that only the bottom line matters. This product-focused obsession naturally breeds boredom, restlessness, and intense impatience. Because when we only care about the bottom line, we're basically wishing away our present reality in exchange for a future that isn't even here yet. No wonder we're all so frustrated. Section 1. The practicing mindset defined. Entering the present.
To guide us out of this burnout trap, we're unpacking the globally famous book, The Practicing Mind by Thomas M. Sterner. Now, Sterner is a renowned performance coach who has worked across music, sports, and the business world. And his book? It's basically a roadmap to excelling in life without sacrificing the beauty of the journey along the way. Because it's not just about acquiring a new skill, it's about completely transforming your entire psychological approach to life itself. The absolute foundational step in this journey is developing what Sterner calls the noticer. You literally cannot progress without this. The noticer is simply the internal observer of your own thoughts. Actually, let's try this right now. Take a mental step back and just observe what you're thinking about at this exact second. Just watch your thoughts. That state of awareness, that crucial ability to catch yourself the moment your focus drifts off to a stressful future, is step 1 to true mastery. Section 2. Process over product, the core shift. To actually make this mindset shift, we have to understand the huge difference between passive learning and active practice. The words sound similar, right? But they are totally different. True practice is the deliberate repetition of a process with clear, conscious intention. It demands your full awareness. You aren't just sitting back absorbing information. You're intentionally staying anchored in the process of doing the thing, constantly checking in with the noticer to ensure you're actually present. Here is where the magic happens. When you focus solely on the immediate process, just the present moment, the desired product actually takes care of itself with this amazing fluid ease. You feel calm, you feel in control. But the second you focus only on the product or the final goal, you immediately start fighting yourself. Your mind speeds up, the inner chatter takes over, and you hit a wall of deep frustration. The secret is to temporarily let go of the goal and focus entirely on what your hands are doing right now.
Section 3. Overcoming fear and frustration, the internal battles. But let's be real, making this shift isn't always a walk in the park. We face some heavy internal resistance. The most common obstacles to mastery are the fear of failure, the fear of comparison, crippling self-expectation, and performance anxiety. Sterner gives this great example of a musician. Imagine a musician dreading the audience's judgment before they even play a note. That fear leads to massive overthinking, and it completely paralyzes their ability to just enjoy playing the music. The fear of the outcome literally destroys the joy of the practice. To overcome this, we absolutely have to drop the harsh self-criticism. As this quote perfectly highlights, accepting your current skill level transforms your mistakes. They aren't failures anymore. They become highly valuable, necessary opportunities for growth. An open, curious mindset allows you to adjust and adapt without the heavy emotional baggage, which is totally vital for any long-term improvement.
Section 4. The 4S Method, a toolkit for mastery.
So how do we practically apply this to our daily lives? Sterner gives us a brilliant toolkit called the 4S method. The first S is simplify. When you're learning something new or staring down a massive project, you have to strip away the unnecessary complications. Don't overcomplicate it. If you're trying to write a book, do not sit down and think about the entire novel. Just focus strictly on the essentials of writing one single, good paragraph today. The second S is small.
You want to keep your overall big goal as a distant rudder. It's just there in the background to steer your direction. But you must break the immediate work down into highly comfortable, bite-sized sections. If the task feels too big, your anxiety is going to spike. Keep the immediate tasks small enough that your concentration remains comfortable, steady, and completely unbroken.
The third S is short. Think about a completely chaotic, messy garage. Instead of trying to clean the whole thing in one exhausting weekend, you commit to cleaning just one single corner for 45 minutes a day. That's it. You can survive and conquer pretty much anything in short 45-minute intervals. And the best part, when the time is up, you walk away feeling totally in control instead of defeated.
And the final S is slow. Now, this is a fascinating paradox. Working at a deliberate, slow pace actually helps you accomplish the task way faster. Why? Because when you slow down, you actually pay attention. You completely eliminate wasted physical and mental energy. You aren't frantically rushing, which means you aren't making silly mistakes that you just have to go back and fix later anyway.
To really ground this 4S method in reality, Sterner shares this incredibly relatable daily habit. He intentionally brushes his teeth slowly every single morning. I know, it sounds almost too simple, but doing this deliberately wakes up the noticer that we talked about earlier. It perfectly anchors his mind in the present moment, right at the very start of the day.
Section 5. The Endless Joyful Journey, the Ultimate Takeaway. Embracing this practicing mind is the ultimate cure for the exhaustion of hustle culture. Let's look at some real-life mindset shifts you can use today. Next time you practice a skill or do a chore, set a 30-minute timer. For those 30 minutes, completely forget about your progress. Just feel the physical movements. Also, try making a tiny linguistic shift in your brain, from I have to do this to I get to do this. And realize that the true thrill of life isn't getting the reward, but the beautiful anticipation and stamina you build while working toward it.
I really want to leave you with this profound quote from the book. Life itself is nothing more than one long practice session, an endless effort to refine the motions, both physical and mental, that compose our days. Mastery is not a final destination where you cross a line and finally get to be happy. It's a beautiful, continuous journey that you can choose to enjoy right here, right now.
So, here is my final question for you. How will you apply the practicing mind to what you are doing right now, today? I really want you to think deeply about that as you jump into your next task. If this explainer shifted your perspective and brought you a little bit of peace, please hit that like button, leave a comment with your thoughts below, and make sure to subscribe so we can continue this awesome learning journey together. I'll catch you in the next one.